Go ahead and say all of that wild shit online, man. You might need a Dr. Phil if you catch me outside. And I will not apologize if you ain't one of mine, fam. I cannot afford to give a fuck if it was finance.
Everything woke turns to shit.
Our teachers, our school system are full of whiners and like the force of the masks and the band-aids. Like these teachers are trying to protect themselves, not the kids. That's the worst part about it. They're whining. Kids are not at risk of the virus. They don't want to teach. Like, how about the teacher that removed the American flag from her classroom because it made her uncomfortable, and she's laughing in this TikTok and giggling as she's saying this stuff, and she's talking about how she makes her kids not say this. They don't have to the Pledge of Allegiance. And then one kid asked about it, like, teacher, what are we supposed to do the Pledge of Allegiance to? And she's like, well, you can do it to this, and points over here, and she's got that new inclusive gay flag.
Okay, so during third period we have announcements and they do the Pledge of Allegiance. I always tell my class, stand if you feel like it, don't stand if you feel like it, say the words if you want, don't have to say the words. So my class decided to stand but not say the words. Totally fine. Except for the fact that my room does not have a flag. It used to be there, but I took it down during COVID because it made me uncomfortable. And I packed it away and I don't know where, and I haven't found it yet. But my kid today goes, hey, it's kind of weird that we just stand and then, we say it to nothing. And I'm like, oh, well, I gotta find it. Like, I'm working on it. I got you. In the meantime, I tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he, looks around and he goes, oh, that one?
Like, having the whole rainbow wasn't enough. They got to add some more lines and diagonals on it to because more things are now included. Which irritates me. I want the rainbow back, everybody. Can't you all be like any good gang and just pick a color? Like, I want the rainbow. Like, Jesus, you got to have the whole spectrum. That's just greed. And then you get the whole spectrum. Now you want to just have all these new genders. Which brings me to the gender thing that they're teaching in schools and this gender theory stuff. That's all garbage. You get on there, you watch TikToks. There's literally girls on there talking about, I just made up a new gender, guys. Check this out. You can use it. It's Bacon Rama gender. And I'm a Bacon Ramder self, And it's like, or whatever. Like, they literally get on there and say, I just made up new gender. And all this shit is being taught to our kids. And kids are dumb. No offense, children, if anyone watches, I love you all. You will get smarter as time goes on if you learn and pay attention. But kids are dumb. They will believe you and follow you and listen to whatever you say and whoever they respect and like, and they're going to, oh, okay, And It's like, that's where this shit is happening. And it's like, okay, my brothers and I, we used to pretend, we used to argue over what fucking Ninja Turtle we were when we watched the Ninja Turtles. But do we really think we're turtles?
Well, that's the difference between our generation and this generation, because they do think they're fucking. They do think they're turtles.
Versus fantasy. See, somewhere along that line, no one told them this is make believe. It's okay to pretend you're a turtle, but you're not really a turtle.
I think maybe we're doing this because our lives aren't special enough that we use fantasy as an escape to avoid the self-improvement we all need. That maybe we should just go out and grow as people.
It's because they all got trophies, dude. It's like, it's the exact same thing if you think about it.
There's no participation award in the real world.
In the real world, but they don't know that because
there's a punch to the sack and that's it.
And that's life, man. It kicks you in the nuts and you get up and you do better, or you whine for your trophy for getting kicked in the nuts, and I guess that's the difference between us and them.
Yeah. I'm just lucky that my son sees right through this garbage. How's your boy doing? Is he seeing through it?
It sounds like a jet taking off. Yeah, so he got a job, and he's starting to learn the pleasure of taxation. Because he's doing the math in his head, how many hours he worked and how much his hourly wages is, and he thinks his check's gonna be, I don't remember what the number was, but he's like, yeah, my check's gonna be $500, and he ended up getting like 320, and he's like, oh, what the fuck is this, dude? And I was like, yeah, that's Uncle Sam getting their cut.
Yeah. It took me a while to figure that out. If you get 4 in change, you'll take 3 in change. If you get 5 in change, you'll be lucky if you get low 4s. Yeah, depending on how much it is, And
I pay a third of what I get. It goes to taxes, and then I have to pay my health care on top of that every paycheck.
Which is trash because they take that tax money and they put it into things that I don't necessarily agree with.
Oh, they do, dude. And
it's like,
oh yeah, that's another show in itself right there.
Now, fact off, everybody.
Fact off.
Go ahead and say all of that wild shit online, man. You might need a Dr. Phil if you catch me outside. And I will not apologize if you ain't one of mine, fam. I cannot afford to give a fuck if it was finance.
Everything woke turns to shit.